Hey all you crafty people, all right, we are going to do a little Valentine-y, I love you kind of thing today, and this is all courtesy of Beebeecraft. They have a craft store, online craft store. They have all different kinds of crafty stuff, so if you're not into paper crafting, they have jewelry stuff. They have it's a lot of stuff, and it's things that when I was looking through, because they will do this if you have over, I think it was over 100 subscribers. You can contact them and they will do this for you. You go on and you pick 3 to 4 items that you like, and they give you a $1 limit, but you pick out 3 or 4 items that you like to make something, and so then you can do this too. But they contacted me and asked me if I wanted to, and I said certainly. So when I put my order in, they said, really? This is what you're going to make? And I said, yes, this is perfect. This is what I want. And so I don't think they could see what I was seeing when I ordered all this stuff. So without any further ado, I'm going to get right into it. But in the description box below are all of these items if you want to get them for yourself and make this lovely little project I'm going to make. Okay, so it's a kind of a mixed media, fun thing. You can change it however you want. So you are going to need, let's see, I don't know, this is really, really thick. You are going to need something, this might work, something that you can cut a heart out on, and I do have a die cut, so I don't want it to be too thick. So yeah, I probably am just going to do it on a piece of paper because it's just a thinlet die and I want it to cut through these, but I might just trace it and cut it out with scissors, but we'll see when we get there. So let me go over everything you're going to need. Now first, this was all of this, all these pieces. I think there's 30 colors. And I think you get 2 yards per, and it's all velvet, and it's 1/4 of an inch, quarter or 3/8, 3/8 of an inch, and I mean it's just, as you can see, there's like every color of the rainbow. There's darks and lights, and look at this yumminess, Okay, so there's every color in the rainbow. Well, I am going to work my grandson. This is for him and his mother. And my grandson's favorite color is green. So I have a beigey color. I've pulled out a gray. I've pulled out the lightest green, the middle green, and the darkest green that they have. So that's what I'm going to be working with. And the rest of this I'm going to put back in my bag for the time being. I didn't want to put any of this away until I did my project. So now I have white gesso and clear gesso. I am going to use both. You do not have to. As long as you have white paint, gesso, white paint, kind of intermixes, but the gesso, the nice thing with that is it will take on more mediums and writing on it and stuff like that. So anyway, so I do have both of those. This is the only embossing paste I have left, and it's a pearlescent. Don't really care about that. I'd love to have had a textured paste, but I went through all of that a while back. And I'm going to add a little brown to it because I want it to be brown. Kinda, So yeah, so I've got a little bit of, this is just apple barrel, just any acrylic paint, and that, okay. Now the other, going into the other things that I ordered, this was a 3 roll of, well, I guess it's 3 7/8 wide, and there were 3 to a pack. I'm going to be using this one, so I'm going to put these back into my pack, but you know, any washi tape, if you don't want to use washi tape, you can use designer papers. You can just leave it painted white. This is what I'm talking about, is we're going to put this on the heart. This is going to be my background, and then I'm going to clear gesso over it. So there's that. You need something to paint with and something to do your embossing with. Whatever you have is fine. A popsicle stick will work, and a regular brush. Let me put these back in my... And then later on, I will explain these. These are basically, I guess they're called findings, but they're ribbon ends. You know, the metal ends that you can put on your ribbon or your rope or whatever. So we're going to use these as well. I'm just going to leave those up there. And the last thing that I had ordered from Beebeecraft is this set of, let's see, I think it's 9. And they're all different tree dies. There's little trees. There's, I did bring a piece of cardstock. Don't you love me? Okay, so there's one. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, that's just really pretty. And I love the size. I love these sizes. It's not too big, not too small. And look at just all the different size trees you have there to play with. And then this one. And you can use these on your cards, on your journal pages. You know, add some decorations into your journals without taking away writing space. So you could just ink on your page. It can still be written over. You know, just beautiful stuff. And then we get into a little bit more of a, I don't know if there's a top or a bottom to that. I think maybe I have it upside down, but you got little squirrels running around and things like that. These are different branches. So you've got some long ones, you've got some shorter ones, all different angles. And then here is trees with the deer. So pretty. And then the final one is another one with a lot of birds, and you have them coming this way, and the little short ones here. So you got ones for cards, journals, anything you want. Anything you want. So I think I'm going to use this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the one with all the branches. I've already used this once with my journal, but I think okay, so that one won't be long enough. So I could just use one of these like it was a extension out. And that's a little too fluffy. And I could just use what I had that way. So that's a possibility. Now there is this one that comes all the way out to here. That one would work for me. Yeah, I think that one would work very nicely. So I think I'll do this one. There we go. There we go. And let me tell you guys, these are very nice and thick and sturdy. And the little pieces on here are pretty stiff. They're not the stiffest I've ever seen, but they're pretty stiff. So when I was using these before, I didn't have any problems with them. So that's, you know, that's a nice thing. Now this is from, I think, Dollar Tree. I don't know. It doesn't say. Greenbrier International. I think that's Dollar Tree. But I'm going to go ahead and take these little jobbies out of here. And these are basically what those ends are. It's just they're plastic and cheapy looking. So on my dollar wooden heart. I don't know. Maybe I got it at Michael's or Joann's. I don't remember where I got it from. But I think I got it last year at, you know, when it was on sale. Okay, so this is going to be a wall hanging, so you don't have to do anything to the back. So we're just going to, oh, my hands have been hurting so much. And I'm going to go ahead, because it's been a while since I've been in this, and stir it around a little bit. All right. Let's see. Let's start my painting. Oh, I hate having messes. I am kind of one big mess, though. That's so, you know, creating more of a mess is just kind of who I am. Now, I was too lazy to get some water, so I'm spraying using my mister, my mini mister, spraying some water on there. So it's not as dry as a bone. Okay. So we're just going to paint our little heart. Well, this is a big old heart, is what it is. And again, you know, you don't have to do this, but I just, you know, with raw wood, it's like, just get it a little nicer. A little nicer. And I'm also going to do the edges. Because it is going to hang on the wall, you will be able to see the edges. And that's primarily what I really wanted to make sure I got. Okay. See, I would much rather make something like this than I would a card. I mean, honestly, I'll mail this to him. It's not going to weigh much. And because a card, what they do, you put all that work and effort into them and they throw them away. It's just, now if you knew somebody wasn't going to throw them away, then yeah, you put all that effort into them. I don't know. It just drives me nuts. Yeah. Because I know my girlfriend Laurel, she puts a lot into her cards. I mean, it will take her hours to do a card. I mean, sometimes not, but for the most part, you know, it takes her a while to get a card done. And so I have kept every card she's ever made me. And usually I have one out, like this. This wasn't the Christmas. This was the last one she made me. And she's probably going to be mad at me for showing you. But in fact, it was Valentine's Day. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the last one she's made. But I think she made me a birthday card. But I must have put that one away and didn't. Because usually I leave the last one out and I look at it. Because I know she loves me. I know she loves me. Okay. And I have a couple of cards from my husband that he came into the craft room and he said, okay, pull out a few things that you think I would like to use and then leave. And he made me a card. I thought, oh, how cool. Ooh, how cool is that? That's something I need to keep. And I did. And I wrote on the back of it, Steve made this for me. Super special. Because he loves me. Yes. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right. See, I can't paint without getting it all on me. Just can't do it. Now, this would normally require a second coat, but however, I'm not going to do that because I mainly wanted to get my edges. But I'm going to be covering the front with my washi tape. So this is good enough. If you're not going to do the washi tape, I would suggest doing a second, anytime on raw wood, I would suggest doing a second coat. But like I said, I just wanted to get the edges so they weren't that raw wood. And that's all. That's all. That's all, folks. That's all she wrote. Okay, so I'm going to wait a sec and let this dry. So, well, it will be just a sec for you guys. Okay, moving right along, I'm going to take, now on these really wide washi tapes, you know, it's basically masking tape, so it's not super strong, as we all know. So you do have to kind of get it started all the way across and move it slowly, and then, you know, once you get it going, you just want to kind of keep it on an even keel and just keep... Oh, see, it just, every once in a while, if you get it at a little bit too much of an angle one way or the other, it will rip. Let's see. And it's so thin, sometimes it is super hard. Okay. Almost have it the length I need. There we go. And this has got so many cute things on it. It's really going to be fun as a background. Okay, so I'm going to cover my top all the way across. And remember, I'm going to be gessoing this on, so I'm not going to be worried about gluing it. So... there's that one. That's the easy one to do. I'm going to cut this down. And we're going to do it again. There we go. Just nice and slow. Oop. There we go. Get it past the little rip and then do it again. Yeah, sometimes they just get a little damaged on the edges and it doesn't take much for it to rip. So I'm coming up on that same spot. I'm just going to be very careful. There we go. Good. Do I have it yet? Not quite. All right, now this one I want to butt up. There we go. So cute. So cute. Love it. And if some shows through, it's white. It's not the raw wood. So another reason. Okay. And then I'm only going to need one more. And it's not going to have to be very big. Yeah, I could imagine they're looking at these items and saying, what the world is she going to do with those? They're just weird items to have together. They are. But that's me. I had this heart and I just needed something to do with it. So I just kept looking at their stuff and trying to figure out what I could do. So try not to waste too much of this. And, you know, if you overlap just a smidge, I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now you have a choice here. You can either fold it over, you know, and just glue down the back sides. And we could even put felt on the back. It doesn't really matter. We could totally do that. I never even thought of that, but we could. That would be a good idea. So right here, yeah, the curves are going to be a little funky. So I think that's why I thought we'd just cut it off. Okay, so I'm getting a cutting board out because my cutter doesn't like glass. Nope, don't like glass. And let me see if I have a sharp enough blade in here. It wants to cut the wood right off the bat. All right. And again, if some of it rips, it's just going to add to the neatness of the piece, you know? Like, oh my gosh, look how wonderful she made that look. I mean, isn't that the case with most of our, oops. We don't tell anybody. Oh yeah, I made it just like that. Come around this way. Oops. Yeah, it's much easier for me to pull it than push it. There's that. This is really cute stuff. And I don't think, you know, none of this stuff was very expensive. I think I got all 4 pieces for less than $40. So I mean, so that was 60, I think 60 yards of the velvet and stuff. So yeah, they're very reasonably priced as well. And it didn't take long for it to get here either. So yeah, just another place for you guys to go and spend your money, having fun. But I think you all will be I think you'll enjoy looking through their site. Okay. So there is our background. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now I'm going to do my clear gesso. And I have my clean brush. I'm going to put my cutting mat away now, because I have a spot for it. I have been, girls please, I have been cleaning, a cleaning freak. And it is really starting to come around in here. Yeah, I still got stuff back there. and you can see I got it. All of this is empty. That is all empty. All of those boxes, that blue and the brown thing, those are all empty things that I can use or take out of here and use in my house. And we just got a new RV, you know, like the big buses. So I'm sure I will need some of those things in there. So that'll be fine. That will be fine. Okay. And I keep giving this brown stuff a good shaking. Okay. Now I'm just going to... Now this stuff goes on. It's like glue. It goes on with a white edge to it. And I am mainly interested in getting these edges, but I want everything done as well, because it is just masking tape. And if you just leave it like that, you're liable to not have a long-term gift. Liable not to. And this will be nice, something that maybe he can put on his door for a couple years until he feels like it's kind of something stupid. You know, he is a boy. He's only 6, so right now it's really cool. Yeah. Yeah. I keep telling my daughter, just, do you remember your brothers were... Yeah. It was only cool for a little while. My youngest used to sit and scrapbook with me. I still have his scrapbook. He'd cut things out. He loved the scissors. Oh gosh, the you know, all of the scissors that have the different, you know, that have the different things on them. He loved those because he could just cut it out and man, it was already decorated. He just thought that was the cat's meow. This is buckling a little bit, so I will be trying to not allow that to happen. Again, I mainly want these edges done. I'm just kind of taking my brush and seeing if I can push those back down. Yeah, it pushes down a little bit. Not all of it stays there, but you just keep working it. Alright, so I'm just going to try and stay ahead of any big things, but I think I've got most of them gone now. That does not snap. Oh yeah, it did. It's there. Okay, so I'm going to go wash this brush out and let this dry. And I think the rest of this video we're going to make our little heart. And we'll go from there. All right, guys, back in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and I just got a phone call, so I have to run and do some stuff. So that's will probably be the end of this video, and then next video we will start making all of the accoutrements that are going to go on this thing. It's going to be awesome. And thank you, Beebeecraft, for letting me do this. Again, all of the stuff that I'm going to use or have used from Beebeecraft is going to be in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!